The term fast casual has taken the culinary world by storm. It describes a restaurant that's not quite fast food, but also not the kind of place you give your compliments to the chef because they don't deserve it. The casual part is easy enough to pull off. No strict dress codes, no reservations, maybe a cafeteria-style ordering system so you can watch them spit in your food. The fast part is a little bit more complicated. I'm Brian Gutierrez, and on this week's episode of The Feed, we explore how restaurants ensure that they have enough tables open to service a near constant stream of customers. Actually, you just want me to tell you? I'll just tell you to save you some time. They do it with subtle, sneaky mind games. But I imagine lighting a trash can on fire will work in a pinch too. To find out how restaurants get people out as quickly and politely as possible, we brought in Mitch Honeycutt, a food industry veteran who spent his entire professional life using psychological tricks to subtly convince diners that it's time to go. Mitch, would you say you're pretty good at kicking people out of restaurants? Yeah, I think so. I've made a pretty good career out of being a very passive-aggressive bouncer. Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but I guess you're right. But what I want to know is, short of tossing someone out on their ear the second they finish a burrito, what are you doing that's convincing people to leave to make room for new customers? Over the years, I've developed a symphony of environmental mind games that make for a pleasant eating experience while at the same time nudging customers out the door without being noticeable. Oh, interesting. Give me some examples. Some of my greatest hits include filling the space with slightly uncomfortable chairs that customers wouldn't want to sit in for too long. If you've ever wondered why so many restaurants have red and yellow walls, it's because those colors raise a customer's blood pressure and anxiety just enough to make them eat and leave faster. But didn't the speed increase lead to a spike in diners biting their tongues off? Yes, some diners did bite their tongues off, but the increase was only marginally above the normal restaurant average of severed tongues. All the tongues were quickly doggy-bagged for the diner's trip to the hospital for emergency reattachment. Now, people listening may not realize, but you're a legend in the restaurant efficiency world, isn't that right? I guess, but I'm not too comfortable with that. Oh, no need to be modest. Your techniques have been used for years and your innovations have gone global. They're in restaurants all over the world. Yes, that is nice, but if you don't mind, Brian, I'd prefer to talk about my new work. Oh, sure. Yeah, okay, sure. Well, I hear that you have some new innovations in the fast casual dining efficiency space to unveil for us. Yes, in a sense. Contrary to what my colleagues in the fast casual dining efficiency research and development world may think, I have devised several wonderful and totally viable new efficiency techniques that have not, let's say, been implemented quite yet. But if just one person will just give me the opportunity, they will definitively prove that I am not a, quote, washed up hack who hasn't had a good idea since 2002. Who are you quoting, if I may ask? My wife, mostly, during an industry conference, and then the rest of the crowd when they sang along with the bouncing ball and the PowerPoint slide. You mean your ex-wife, right? No. Okay, well, the feed is pretty big among food industry types, so let's hear some of your ideas and maybe you'll get a couple of bites. Okay, all right. My first idea is another neat psychological trick used by a waitstaff to deliver food faster. I call it the 95-mile-an-hour pizza. Want me to demonstrate it? Go right ahead. Whoa, what the hell are you doing? What kind of mind trick involves shooting a pizza from a crossbow? You don't like it? No, it's fine. Do you have anything else? Indeed, I do. I spent years trying to figure out how to get people out of restaurants quickly and efficiently with passive environmental tricks. My latest innovation in table turnover rate takes a little bit more of a forceful approach. Yeah, well, what is... Ah! What the hell was that? Glad you asked. Some restaurants have a more pressing need to move lollygagging customers who lounge around long after they've paid their bill. When there's a party of four that's overstayed their welcome, the manager can hit a small button that launches the customers out of their seats to make room for new ones. I got the idea from my good friend, James Bond. Oh, my head. Oh, please. Tell me you don't have any more. Several, but I'll go straight to my favorite of the bunch. This one I made specifically to once and for all shut up all those naysayers who have been doubting my genius for the past 20 years. He's got a gun! He's got a gun! Everybody run! If you'll just calm down and listen to me, you'll be fine. Don't do this. Please don't do this. There's so much I haven't done. I never mastered eating fish by lowering the whole thing into my mouth and pulling out a bunch of bones. I never even got to eat a cheeseburger. Oh, Brian, it's quite all right. Everything's fine. Just open your mouth nice and wide and let me show you my genius. Please, no, pull that finger, no, pull that finger, no. Is that a linguine gun? Linguine puttanesca, to be exact. You've weaponized Italian horse sauce? It's violence is my ultimate expression of fast casual dining efficiency. You're insane. And a genius. I'll give you $20 right now for an 80% stake in your inventions. Sold! Yes! We're going to make a fortune on this. Mitch, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you on my yacht after the pasta musket takes off. Oh, you know I'll be there. Giving restaurant patrons the boot is just as much of an art as it is a science. Any madman can wave a gun around a restaurant to clear out space for a party of 12 that just strolled in stinking from their victory at the Recreational Adult Kickball Championship. But it takes a special kind of foresight to plan for the next diners coming up behind them and the ones after that. There are dozens of ways to keep a constant flow of tables open, and you've likely experienced all of them. But if Mitch's noodle cannon is any indication, the future of dining room efficiency is bright. Hope you're ready for a supercharged injection of wet-hot noodles that bypass the esophagus, slip right past the stomach, and nestle violently into your large intestine, because if I have any say in it, that's what you're gonna get. Next week on the feed, I'm going to do something called a mukbang. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's food related, maybe I'll be having sex with a pile of trash. Either way, it should be a fun time. If you want to support this show and all the other shows on the Inaudible Podcast Network, then please contribute to our Patreon page, which you can find at patreon.com/inaudiblepod. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app, then follow us on Twitter at InaudibleCast. See you all next week.